their run game with Gibbs and Montgomery's right up there with anybody in the league.
So we followed. Just so happens that it seems like we played a lot of opponents after they played them. And I can't go through them all, but I'll bet there's 5 different games where Detroit's been on the cut-ups. Last week, the Chargers. The week before, just go down the line. They've done a tremendous job offensively. Johnny Morton, our passing game coordinator, was just there a year ago. Dan hired Ben to coordinate the offense, and he's been fantastic. They run the ball out of 2-back sets, which I like. And you see that they get to certain menus to take advantage of what they're seeing. A couple runs, 3 passes. They're very detail oriented. You see it on tape. They're well coached, and then you take the young tight end and you take the receiver and you take the 2 backs and the quarterback, and they've been impressive. It's a tape that I watch each week. It's one of those offenses that they're doing a lot of good things, and it's evident on the film and in the statistics, and it's one of the reasons they're winning. And there's so many ties for me, with this staff. Obviously, I've been with Dan. I was in New York when we drafted him. When I went to Dallas, I convinced Bill to sign him as a free agent, and I signed him later in New Orleans as a player, and then I spent the better part of 2 or 3 years trying to hire him as a coach, and I was lucky enough eventually to. And he became assistant head coach, and I have tremendous respect for everything about him, what he stands for, how he coaches. And then you have Aaron Glenn, who I hired, who's the same way, going to be a head coach, fabulous player, tremendous coach, tremendous, these guys, Alex, you got Mark Brunell. There's a number of guys with a lot of ties. And so as a former head coach of theirs, you're proud of them. You really are. And so enough flowers.